Think cheese is always a healthy snack after 60? Think again. Some cheese might seem harmless, but they can quietly hurt your heart, joints, and digestion in ways you don't expect. It often starts with small problems like bloating or stiffness. Over time, these innocent choices can lead to serious health issues. The scary part? Many seniors eat these cheeses every day, believing they're good for them. I'm Dr. Jim Brooks from Senior Wellness Tips. Today, I want to share the 4 cheeses you should avoid and the 4 you should eat daily to protect your health. Take Betty, for example. She's 72 and loves being a grandma. She believed she was eating healthy. Every morning, she spread cream cheese on her whole wheat bagel. At lunch, she added a slice of American cheese to her sandwich. For dinner, she sprinkled pre-cut cheese on her salad. Betty thought she was getting plenty of calcium. But 3 months ago, Betty got bad news from her doctor. Her blood pressure was dangerously high. Her bones were weakening. Tests showed inflammation inside her body. She couldn't believe it. The cheese she thought was helping her was actually harming her. Here's what surprised scientists. Over 78 out of 100 people over 60 eat cheese daily, thinking it's healthy. But a big study in 2023 found that eating the wrong cheeses can raise the risk of heart disease by 40%. Some fats in popular cheeses block blood vessels, raise blood pressure, and even cause small strokes. But there's good news too. Scientists studied 2.3 million people and found that those who felt happiest and handled stress best also ate more cheese. That's right, cheese can help you stay healthy and happy as you age. But here's the catch. Not all cheeses are created equal. Some can boost your heart, joints, and brain, while others can slowly cause harm over time. In a moment, I'll show you how to spot the best cheeses to add to your daily diet and the ones you might want to limit. Before we get started, think about this. Have you ever noticed how certain cheeses make you feel better? Or worse? I'd love to hear your favorite type of cheese in the comments, and if you've ever felt a difference after eating it. So, if you care about protecting your heart, keeping your joints strong, and enjoying life as you age, stay with me. Let's dive into the 4 amazing cheeses that fight aging. We'll start with the 4th one, aged Gouda, known as nature's calcium treasure. Let me tell you about aged Gouda, which comes from the Netherlands. Dutch farmers discovered something incredible hundreds of years ago. When they aged their cheese in special caves for at least 18 months, something magical happened. They didn't realize they were changing the cheese at a tiny level, but they did know it helped keep them healthier through the cold winters. Wait until you hear what's inside that cheese that makes it so special. When Gouda ages, the proteins break down into smaller pieces that your body can use really easily. This matters a lot because our stomachs don't work as well when we get older. But here's the real magic. Aged Gouda has something called vitamin K2 that most people have never heard of, but it could save your life. Think of K2 like a smart GPS system for calcium in your body. Instead of letting calcium build up in your blood vessels where it makes dangerous bumps, K2 takes the calcium straight to your bones where it belongs. Studies from Japan show that people who eat more K2 have 50% less calcium stuck in their arteries and much stronger bones. 1 ounce of aged Gouda gives you about 32 micrograms of K2. Most people don't get that much in a whole week. The cheese also has special fats that research shows can help you lose body fat and fight swelling inside your body. This is really important for managing joint pain that bothers more than 80% of older people. Here's something cool about how the Dutch made Gouda. They fed their cows grass with special herbs during spring months. Scientists now know this made the milk have more omega-3 fats and things that fight damage in your body. The aging process gets rid of almost all the lactose, so people who usually can't drink milk can eat aged Gouda without problems. The good bacteria that grow during aging make compounds that help your gut health and can even make you feel happier. To get the most from aged Gouda, try adding about 1 ounce, a small handful, to your meals a few times a week. It pairs wonderfully with whole grain bread, apples, or walnuts. This combo helps your body absorb calcium and vitamin K2 better, supporting your bones and joints. Now that we've uncovered the magic of aged Gouda, let's move on to another cheese that's a real powerhouse for your health: Parmesan, often called the king of nutrition. Real Parmesan cheese from Italy isn't just any cheese. It's like a vitamin pill that tastes incredible. And I'm not talking about the fake powder in green cans. I mean real Parmigiano Reggiano, a cheese Italian monks have been making the same way for almost 900 years. The story starts in old monasteries around Parma and Reggio Emilia. Monks there perfected a way of making cheese that lasts for centuries. They weren't just making food, they were creating edible history. Here's how they do it, and it sounds like magic. Cows eat grass and hay from special fields. Milk is collected twice a day and mixed with starter from the day before. It's heated in copper pots families have used for generations. No fake stuff, no shortcuts. The real magic happens during the aging process. It takes at least 12 months, but the best Parmesan ages for 24, 36, or even 50 months. This creates nutrition modern science can barely copy. Just 1 ounce has 10 grams of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids. That's as good as meat. The aging breaks down proteins so well they're almost pre-digested, which makes it easy to digest, even for people with sensitive stomachs. The calcium content is impressive, about 330 milligrams per ounce, more than a glass of milk. But unlike milk, this calcium comes with minerals that help your body actually use it. Italian scientists found your body can absorb nearly 100% of Parmesan's calcium, compared to only 30% from supplements. Here's something that might blow your mind. Recent studies show Parmesan contains natural compounds that can help you worry less and sleep better. These mild, feel-good chemicals form when your body breaks down the cheese's proteins. It's like nature's own gentle anti-worry medicine wrapped up in a delicious, crunchy bite. The cheese also has plenty of tyrosine, a nutrient your brain uses to make chemicals that keep you alert and focused. One study found older adults who ate Parmesan regularly had better thinking skills and handled stress more easily. You can sprinkle Parmesan on salads, pasta, or soups to enjoy its rich protein and calcium. Just 1 tablespoon a day provides a good boost of these nutrients. Because Parmesan has a strong flavor, you usually need less salt, which is great for heart health. Now that we've uncovered the amazing benefits of Parmesan, it's time to move on to cheese number 2, fresh mozzarella, a true helper for your heart. We're getting closer to number 1, so stay with me. Forget what you think you know about mozzarella. When it's fresh and barely processed, especially buffalo mozzarella from Italy, it becomes one of the best cheeses you can eat after 60. The story starts in 12th century Italy, where monks first discovered that water buffalo milk made cheese with amazing properties. Real buffalo mozzarella gets made simply: water buffalo milk, salt, rennet, and cultures. That's it. This simple recipe creates cheese that's low in salt, has less bad fat, and is packed with high-quality protein that your aging muscles really need. Fresh mozzarella offers something different from aged cheeses. Your body can use its nutrients right away without waiting for them to break down. A 2022 study showed that older adults who ate low-salt fresh cheeses like mozzarella had more flexible blood vessels and fewer arthritis flare-ups. That's probably because of its perfect calcium to salt balance and natural anti-swelling properties. Buffalo milk has more antioxidants and higher levels of vitamin A and zinc than cow's milk. These are really important for keeping your immune system strong and your eyesight clear as you get older. Buffalo milk naturally has 58% more calcium, 40% more protein, and 43% more vitamin A than cow's milk. Fresh mozzarella provides special proteins formed during the short fermentation process that help lower blood pressure naturally. These compounds work like blood pressure medicines, but without bad side effects. Studies show these proteins can reduce the top blood pressure number by 10 to 15 points in older people with mild high blood pressure. In Mediterranean countries, fresh mozzarella is often enjoyed with tomatoes and basil. This combination isn't just about flavor. The healthy compounds in tomatoes and basil work together with the cheese proteins to better protect your heart. For the best results, try eating fresh mozzarella daily, about a small ball or two, paired with fresh tomatoes and basil or added to salads. And now, we're almost at the top. Cheese number 1 on our list, Swiss cheese. Alpine excellence at its best. Let's see why this cheese is the crown jewel for aging well. If you found these mozzarella tips helpful for your heart health, like would really mean a lot, it helps us bring you more great content. Swiss cheese deserves the top spot for older people because it represents over 800 years of mountain precision. It was developed in harsh mountain conditions where every nutrient had to count for survival. Swiss cheese has just 54 milligrams of salt per ounce. That's about 75% less than most other hard cheeses. This makes it outstanding for people watching their blood pressure or managing heart problems. The story begins in medieval mountain regions where people had to move seasonally and needed cheese that could last through brutal winters while providing maximum nutrition. The distinctive holes, called eyes, aren't just cute. They're proof of specific bacteria that create extraordinary health benefits. The natural aging process breaks down lactose to almost nothing, making Swiss naturally lactose-free. But here's the scientific breakthrough. The specific bacteria used, especially one called Propionibacterium freudenreichii, make beneficial compounds during fermentation that have been linked to improved immune function in older adults. These same bacteria make something called propionic acid. Research shows this can reduce swelling, lower cholesterol, and even help prevent certain types of cancer. The bacteria also create vitamin B12 in amounts that beat almost any other food. This matters because B12 deficiency affects up to 40% of older people and directly impacts memory and thinking skills. Swiss cheese has the highest levels of substances that help make glutathione of any cheese. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, really important for cleaning out toxins and protecting cells from damage. Our natural production goes way down with age, but the specific protein mix in Swiss helps boost glutathione production naturally. The 12-month minimum aging process breaks down proteins into tiny pieces that your body can absorb directly without more digestion. Swiss studies show elderly people who eat Swiss cheese regularly keep their muscle mass better than those getting protein from other sources. Enjoy Swiss cheese in small slices with whole grain bread or fresh fruits like grapes. It's great to include in your breakfast or afternoon snack to get extra protein and calcium. Swiss cheese supports strong muscles and bones, especially when eaten regularly in moderate amounts. So, do you already include any of these amazing cheeses in your daily meals? Or maybe you're thinking about adding one or two now. I'd love to hear what you think. Write to us in the comments. To sum up, these 4 cheeses, aged Gouda, Parmesan, fresh mozzarella, and Swiss, each bring unique benefits for your heart, bones, muscles, and overall health as you age. They're the real stars you want on your plate. However, not every cheese is a friend to your health. Some might surprise you by playing the villain. Wait until you hear which common cheese might be quietly harming your health. Some are hiding in plain sight in your own refrigerator. One of the biggest dangers lurking right now might surprise you. Processed American cheese, the fake food villain. Processed American cheese isn't really cheese in the traditional sense. It's more like a chemical mixture made to look and taste like cheese. It wasn't born on farms, but in factories, where the goal was to make a product that lasts a long time, not one that's good for your health. This type of cheese was invented in 1916 by James Lewis Kraft, who wanted a cheese that wouldn't spoil during shipping for soldiers in World War I. What started as a helpful idea became a processed food product that now fills many American supermarkets. Today, processed American cheese is made by mixing some real cheese with chemicals that keep it smooth, add extra salt, fake colors, and preservatives. Just one slice contains nearly 15% of the salt you should eat in an entire day. For older people who need to control blood pressure, this extra salt can cause big problems, and that's just the beginning. The chemicals that make the cheese smooth can harm your gut bacteria. Research shows these chemicals can make your intestines leak more, letting harmful toxins get into your blood. This can cause swelling and inflammation throughout your body. The scariest part? Processed cheese contains fake phosphates, which interfere with how your body absorbs calcium. Studies in older adults show these fake phosphates speed up the hardening of arteries, a condition that naturally happens with aging but is made worse by these chemicals. Your body absorbs nearly 100% of these fake phosphates, much more than the 40 to 60% it absorbs from natural phosphates found in real cheese. This flood of phosphorus disrupts the important balance between calcium and phosphorus, pulling calcium out of your bones and depositing it into your arteries, the opposite of what you want for healthy aging. If you like that creamy, melty cheese taste, try swapping processed cheese slices with natural cheeses like mild Havarti or young Gouda. These cheeses have a smooth texture and melt nicely, perfect for sandwiches or burgers. Plus, they provide real nutrition without the harmful chemicals. For a healthier habit, try melting a slice of Havarti on whole grain toast or adding young Gouda to your grilled vegetables. This way, you get the creamy flavor you love while protecting your heart and gut health. If you thought processed American cheese was bad news, wait until you hear about another popular cheese that might be quietly harming your brain health: blue cheese, the hidden brain bomb. While blue cheese wears a fancy gourmet reputation, for older adults it can turn toxic fast. The story of blue cheese begins in caves, literally. Ancient Romans discovered that cheese aged in certain caves developed distinctive blue-green veins, but they had no idea they were growing one of nature's most powerful sources of chemicals called biogenic amines. That signature marbled mold isn't just for looks. It's a living fungus that makes compounds, especially tyramine and histamine. In younger, healthy people, these compounds break down easily through natural body processes. But in older people, these processes weaken, and these compounds stick around in your system, causing real harm to your body. A 2023 study found that too much tyramine in older adults can trigger severe blood pressure spikes, terrible headaches, and even heart rhythm problems. The process is terrifying. Tyramine causes massive stress hormone release, flooding your system with chemicals that can push blood pressure to dangerous levels within minutes. If you're taking certain medications for depression or Parkinson's disease, eating blue cheese could literally cause a blood pressure crisis requiring emergency care. The interaction can cause blood pressure to spike above 180 by 120, triggering strokes or heart attacks. The mold content also increases the risk of getting listeria, especially dangerous for older people with weaker immune systems. What starts as a flushed face or pounding headache can turn into chest tightness and overwhelming pressure. with over 400 milligrams of salt per ounce, double what milder cheeses contain. Blue cheese combines multiple heart dangers in one seemingly innocent wedge. A healthier alternative with similar taste and uses is Gorgonzola Dolce, a milder blue cheese from Italy. It has less salt and lower levels of biogenic amines, making it easier on your body. You can enjoy it spread on whole grain crackers or melted gently over vegetables or lean meats, giving you the creamy, tangy flavor without as many risks. But if you think blue cheese is risky, wait until you hear about cream cheese, a popular favorite that's surprisingly full of hidden health traps. Despite its creamy texture and mild flavor, cream cheese might be quietly working against your well-being. Industrial cream cheese represents everything wrong with modern food processing. What began as a simple farmer's cheese in 1872 has transformed into a calorie-packed, nutrient-poor product loaded with stabilizers and preservatives. Its smooth texture makes it appealing, but it hides a devastating nutrition profile. Rather than satisfying your body's real nutritional needs, it encourages fat storage, especially around the middle, where metabolism slows with age and muscle loss. Besides the high bad fat content, industrial cream cheese often contains stabilizers and thickening agents. These additives classify it as ultra-processed and have been linked to gut swelling and disruption of beneficial gut bacteria. One chemical derived from seaweed can trigger inflammatory responses in the digestive tract, which is particularly problematic for older people with already compromised gut barriers. Studies show that regular consumption can increase intestinal permeability and cause body-wide inflammation. Being a soft, fresh cheese, industrial cream cheese contains more lactose than aged varieties, potentially causing digestive discomfort in older adults who develop lactose intolerance. The combination of high fat and lactose can lead to bloating, cramping, and diarrhea in sensitive individuals. Moreover, many flavored varieties include added sugars, creating a triple threat of excess calories, inflammatory fats, and blood sugar spikes. Popular flavors among older people, like strawberry and honey walnut, can have up to 6 grams of added sugar per serving, contributing to insulin resistance and metabolic issues. If you love the creamy texture of cream cheese but want a healthier option, try ricotta cheese. It has a similar mild flavor and smooth feel, but is lower in fat and higher in protein. Use ricotta as a spread on whole grain toast, or add it to your favorite pasta dishes for a nutritious boost without the hidden health risks. If cream cheese isn't your preference, or you want to avoid processed cheeses altogether, another common product to watch out for is pre-shredded cheese. But beware, convenience sometimes comes at a cost. That seemingly innocent bag of shredded cheese actually represents the commercialization of a centuries-old food craft. What once took generations to perfect is now destroyed within seconds by industrial processing. After shredding, the cheese is coated with chemicals to keep it looking fresh on the shelf. To prevent clumping, manufacturers add anti-caking agents like powdered cellulose, which is essentially wood pulp or potato starch. Although these substances are generally recognized as safe, they alter the cheese's natural properties and can cause digestive issues for sensitive individuals. Some brands also include antifungal agents. While approved for food use, these chemicals raise concerns about contributing to antibiotic resistance. The shredding process exposes the cheese to oxygen, which accelerates its breakdown. This destroys beneficial nutrients and creates potentially harmful free radicals. Moreover, the machinery used for shredding can introduce bacterial contamination. There have been several major recalls of pre-shredded cheese contaminated with dangerous bacteria, posing serious risks, especially for older adults with weakened immune systems. Perhaps most concerning, Pre-shredded cheese often starts with lower quality cheese made from milk containing higher levels of hormones and antibiotics than the block cheeses you buy. The increased surface area speeds up the loss of nutrients and flavor. For a healthier alternative to pre-shredded cheese, try freshly shredding aged Parmesan or Pecorino Romano at home. Both have bold, savory flavors that add a delicious punch to salads, pastas, and soups. By shredding these cheeses yourself, you avoid the additives and preservatives found in pre-packaged shredded products, ensuring you get pure, nutrient-rich cheese with all the natural benefits intact. Plus, their firm texture makes them perfect for grating fresh whenever you need. Remember Betty, the one we mentioned at the start of the video? She made this simple but powerful change herself. After learning from her nutritionist sister about cheese quality, Betty swapped processed cheese for aged Gouda, fresh mozzarella, Swiss cheese, and freshly grated Parmesan. Within 6 weeks, her blood pressure improved drastically, joint pain eased, energy soared, and her sleep and mood got better. Her doctor was amazed at her lowered inflammation and improved bone density. Science backs this up. Cheese isn't just calcium and protein. The cheese matrix, which describes how nutrients are arranged within the cheese, affects how your body uses them. Traditional aging processes create good bacteria that fight inflammation and support brain health. However, industrial processing destroys these benefits, replacing them with artificial additives that lack the same positive effects. When shopping for cheese, it's important to look for simple ingredients, milk, salt, cultures, maybe rennet, and to pick aged varieties to get more benefits. Proper storage is also key. Wrap cheese in wax or cheese paper rather than plastic, and bring it to room temperature before eating to enhance taste and nutrient absorption. Quality cheese naturally helps with portion control because its rich flavor satisfies you faster. For best nutrition, pair aged cheeses with fruits and nuts, fresh cheeses with vegetables, and all cheeses with whole grains. For specific health needs, aged cheeses offer additional advantages. They help stabilize blood sugar in diabetes, while lower sodium varieties support heart health. Anti-inflammatory compounds in aged cheese may aid arthritis relief over time. Plus, the beneficial bacteria in aged cheese support memory and focus by enhancing the gut-brain connection. Betty's story proves that aging well isn't about giving up life's pleasures. It's about choosing smarter. Yes, quality cheese costs more upfront, but it delivers better nutrition, greater satisfaction, and lasting health benefits. Think of it as an investment in your future self. Here's the bottom line. Not all cheeses are created equal. Traditional, naturally aged cheeses are real food with real benefits, unlike processed, factory-made products. By making simple, informed choices like Betty, you can set yourself up for a lifetime of vitality and happiness. If you found this helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you're the first to know when new tips drop. Then tell me in the comments what topics or questions you'd love to see covered in future videos. I read every single one. But here's the twist. Cheese isn't the only food where a small swap can make a big difference. There's another everyday staple most people eat without thinking. And the wrong kind can quietly drain your energy, spike your blood sugar, and harm your heart. Up next, the 4 worst breads you should never touch after 60, and the 4 best to make part of your daily routine. Miss this, and you might be undoing the benefits of every other smart choice you've made. Let's keep the momentum going, so every bite you take works for you, not against you.